Hello everybody, my name is Chavis Crawford and I'm going to be doing my project today on Windows 8. So what exactly is Windows 8? Released to manufacturing on August 1st, 2012, Windows 8 was available on October 26, 2012 as an upgrade of course to Windows 7. An upgrade to Windows 8, which is called Windows 8.1, was released on October 17th of last year, so we're about 4 days from there. Windows 8 revamped itself with a plethora of features, some new to promote a user-friendly experience. Some of these apps included Task Manager, new desktop interface, File Explorer, Start menu, amongst other features. Microsoft has been known to have a quote love-hate relationship when it comes to releasing operating systems. So this particular one fell in the hate category, being released to mixed reviews from its consumers. And for those who don't know why, but most of us already do, the reason for this, which stood out the most, was this thing right here, this start menu. This is different from previous operating systems. This is the first time all this stuff was introduced. So, of course, when people first saw it, it was just sheer chaos, pretty much. So, what happened to the start menu? Start menu was introduced in Windows 95 and has been upgraded for each operating system that has been released. Windows 8 released the first interactive start menu that incorporated a better experience for users pretty much with touchscreen computers, tablets, and mobile devices. If anyone has seen, you have the Windows phone and it operates off the Windows 8 OS, which is great for touchscreen phones. The Surface Pro also does this as well. So any types of tablets, even touchscreen computers, that's more what Windows 8 is for. The start menu is now referred to as the start screen, so we no longer really have a start menu. It's a screen, as you saw on the previous slide. The now, quote, start menu takes up the whole screen. The previous generations of the start menu had a button at the bottom of the screen to pull up the menu. With the start screen, tiles were introduced, as I just stated. You know, with the Windows 7 and previous OSs, there was a Windows button in the bottom left-hand corner. That was your start menu. Simple. That was it. So what are some advantages of the start screen? Well, the new start screen allowed easier access for certain programs. Like I said, with the tiles, it was easier for people to see what they were looking for as compared to the old start menu. You would have to just, when you pull it up, you would have to go through like programs and control panel. Sometimes it was hard for people to see it. So now with the new start screen with the tiles, it just makes everything easier. Charms were enabled on the side of the screen for the user to manipulate different computer features. Volume, search for other applications, pull up the start screen. I'm going to see if the charms will show up. They won't show up where I am now, but that's what they are on the side. If you have a Windows computer, you go to the right, I think you should see like the start button, search, devices, things like that. Tiles were dynamic to be live tiles. This meant that real-time information could be viewed depending on the program, such as emails. It was easier to uninstall unwarranted programs that people didn't want, such as for me, Roblox. My nephew sometimes uses my computer, and they have Roblox on here, and I have to uninstall it quite a bit. With the tiles come easier access for those who use Microsoft's Touch products, as I just stated before, Windows Phone, Surface Pro, etc. The minuscule start menu of previous Windows operating systems were difficult to access, promoting a tile display for Windows. So what are some disadvantages of the start screen? Well, the tiles that displayed real-time information, they pose stealth threats. Users' emails could easily be read without access, as most users do not log out after using a built-in program. The way Microsoft has it now, the Outlook program is already on there. Even your Yahoo has a tile, and most people don't log out of that stuff. So anyone can go on your email, just access any types of information. If you got your credit card stuff on there, they can just go in there, access it, and that's it. Recently launched programs, documents, etc., were taken away from the screen. If you can recall, with the old start menu, once you pull up start menu, you could actually see recent documents. With the start screen, you can't do that, and I'm going to tell you why. Of course, I think that's more of a disadvantage as we go on in PowerPoint. Drag and drop support for start menu items was disable. The user has to manually add an item to their start menu to use it. For most items at least. The desktop became more sensitive to the mouse. If a user moves the mouse or gets stuck in the desktop loop, reassessing the program is not easy at all, and that's one of the things that irritates me with Windows 8. Internet Explorer's sensitivity was noted as well compared to previous versions. Same thing with Internet Explorer. You can have multiple windows open and they'll be on the left hand side, and sometimes you can get stuck in an endless loop trying to navigate from window to window. It can be annoying. So let's look at the start menu first, the start screen. So the start menu for Windows 7, if you see here, as I stated, once you pull up the start menu, you can look, go to the right, you'll see the home folder documents. You'll even see recent pictures. You'll see like recent stuff. This is, I think, an Ubuntu type of start menu for Windows, but still serves the same purpose as Windows 7. Like you see documents, pictures there. With Windows 8, the start screen, however, none of that is there. Only thing you see there is just the tiles, which it's kind of cool. It does, like I said, it really looks just like for a touch screen type of program interface. You can't see recent documents. You can't see any of that. So it sucks for people like myself sometimes. I think all of us do. We can't remember where we save stuff sometimes. So that's where the disadvantage comes at for Windows 8. Never really thought about that until recently. And we're going to look at some more comparisons. As I said, when you look to the left, once again, you can see your recent apps. You can look at some accessories, administrative tools, all of that's already there. In order for you to do that in Windows 8, you would have to actually search for the app by name. And then once you find that app, you can pin it to your start menu taskbar once you're back in the desktop. But you would have to do that. That's extra work that a lot of people really didn't want to do when they first got Windows 8. Now, I really can't blame them because eventually I got used to it, and I think other people did too. But that's just some more of the disadvantages that Windows 8 has compared to Windows 7. So two apps that I did like were Xbox Smart Glass, and this is School Binder. That's School Binder. So what's neat about School Binder? School Binder is an application that utilizes organizational features for assignments, has a calendar, etc. Flashcards, interactive whiteboard are amongst few features used for study habits. This can be more beneficial than our own Sakai, as we are only informed of an assignment that's due the day of class. With this, you can know when assignments are due up to 5 days before the due date. That's beneficial. I'm definitely gonna download that. I haven't looked into it yet, but it's something I'm probably gonna download as time goes on. So why Xbox Smart Glass? This is an app that, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think it comes on Windows 8, but of course I'm an Xbox lover. I'm an Xbox fan, converted from PlayStation 3. So with Xbox Smart Glass, it was created as an application that serves as a stand-in for Xbox remotes. It is a free application. Smart Glass enables the user to have a full screen remote experience similar to an Xbox remote. The downside to this is that Xbox Smart Glass only works when the Xbox is on. Smart Glass cannot power on the Xbox. And if you look here to the right, this is an actual interface of what the Xbox remote is, minus the fact that for some reason it's supposed to be YAXNB, and that's definitely somewhat wrong, I would say. I guess it has two B buttons. Not the one that I use. The one that I use doesn't have two B buttons unless this must have been an old version of it. But usually there's the A button, there is X, there's Y, then there's B. The difference between this and the Xbox controller is that the Xbox controller, of course, can turn on the Xbox, and it has the little analog sticks that you use to play Call of Duty Madden. The Xbox Smart Glass does not. And that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys for your time. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned something. And that's it. Thanks for your time. Have a good one.